another episode of Hashtag I'm Just Saying. I'm yours truly, MemeMichelle. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I want you to get involved. I want you to ask questions. I want you to leave your comments because today we have an amazing show. Today we are honoring my mom. Now, let me just say, before I get into that, we're going to talk about who sponsored the episode today. I got her some little barbecue from Matebo's. Matthew Burrows is one of my classmates, and he has a barbecue spot. Oh my God, the ribs was a ministry. Matt, I had mine before the show started because I didn't want to be eating on ribs and brisket and sausage. Y'all know I don't eat meat, so that was a tasty treat for me. But if y'all need some barbecue, I want y'all to call 832-243-8002. And it is on, the address ain't on here. I'll put it in the comments, I promise. But it was worth the drive because I live in the country. I'm not going to say where I live. I don't want y'all popping up on my doorstep. But I live in the country and it was like 45 minutes away and it was worth every minute. It was a ministry. And today's drink, my cocktail for conversation, I figured I was going to need a little something special. So we back to this Cali Red because I think I'm going to need a little something for this. So today we're going to be talking about my mom. In 1981, 24-year-old Rhonda Charmaine Cooper moved to Houston with my 26-year-old dad, Michael David, to start a new life. She stayed here for a little while, then she moved back for a few months and moved back to Houston, just her and my dad. And I know it was kind of rough a little bit in the beginning, but my mom changed a lot of lives. She was just not only a good mother to me, she was a great mother to A-Leaf. I mean, from my classmates to co-workers, my mom just changed the game. So, Mommy, how are you feeling about moving home?
Actually, I feel pretty good.
Are you excited?
It's hard for me to say whether I'm excited or not.
Uh-huh.
But I feel like this is something that I should do.
Okay.
And um, it's a lot of things involved in moving back home.
Talk about that.
Mm, Well, first of all, let me say that I expected to be retired a long time ago. And yet I have continued I have continued to work up until what? How long have I been here? 3 months ago, when the last time I went to work.
Oh,
When the COVID,
the pandemic. Okay.
Yeah.
So when the pandemic began, my mother actually was the only one working. Me and my sister are both in the beauty industry. I'm a hairstylist and she's the goat of the lash industry. She does lashing. See, let me show y'all. See that? And did you see these eyebrows? These are not drawn on. This is what we call microblading, and it's the business, it's the bomb. But we couldn't work because the state shut us down, and my mother was the only one working. And so we had a little, scare. We thought may have been exposed, and so we all went and got tested. We all drove individual cars because if she had the COVID, she was gonna have to stay in her room by herself, and we was gonna have to put a plate on the outside of her door like couldn't Pete. But me, my mom, my sister, my niece, my nephew, we all went and we got tested. And 2 days later, my mom came back negative, my sister came back negative, I came back negative, but my niece and my nephew came back positive. So she was like, well, they say, Miss Rhonda, don't come back to work because we have a couple of cases here. One day she had 2 cases at her job. The next day it was 4 cases at her job. And 12 days later, because you have to wait 12 days. 12 days later, they had some cases at her job. So finally, the job just called and said, well, Miss Rhonda, we just suggest you file for unemployment, So my mom hasn't been to work in months. And I knew, and Tina can contest to this, we was like, if mama don't go to work past a month, she is retired. She's going to figure it out. So that was right up her alley. She was like, she's been threatening us to move back to St. Louis for a mighty long time. And so she's about to. And we're going to really miss you, lady. So tell us about your experience when you first moved here.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, so I moved here the first time in 1981.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that because I graduated from high school in 1971. And I had uh, quite an experience in my life from 71 to 81. I
Okay.
actually had you two, and then I went back to school and I got an associate's degree. And so I never expected to move here to Texas,
Okay.
but I was convinced that this was the place to come because they were hiring here in Houston. And so my outlook was, okay, I'll move to Houston. I'll get us a place to stay. Our family will be together. And so when I moved the first time, I had um, a strange but unique experience
Right.
where
Right.
I actually came, got a job, went to work. At that time I was still married. Uh, my husband got a job, and I was thinking that everything is going to work out well.
Mm-hmm.
And then my mom came down here for a short period of time. She ended up having to go back to St. Louis, and I kind of followed her back home. I was concerned about
Well, okay, I think we came here first. Then it didn't work.
it.
We moved back because that's when I went to Marshall Elementary.
Right.
And then you ended up coming back by yourself.
Oh, well, Mike and I came back
Yes.
together.
And then Tina came after. I remember Aunt
But
Robin
you
had got married.
remember, I was homeless for quite some time. The
Right.
second time.
Right. But after that, we don't talk about that. Let's talk about after you got a groove, after you got a rhythm, after you got fired from Bel Air Hospital and you start doing that.
Thank you for sharing that with everybody that I actually got fired.
Yeah, well, we already know that. We talked about that in the last episode.
Okay,
But
I got fired. Yeah,
I'm talking about the greatness. Let's talk about the greatness.
Okay,
So,
the greatness was
you got in a rhythm. You was working private duty. You was working 2-3 shifts.
Is she gonna tell my life story or what?
And we even had a maid. Do you remember that? We had a maid.
Okay, so here's what happened. So
and everybody say, "Hey, Miss Rhonda.
Hey, babies. Oh, my children, I love you."
And in the comments, just kind of put what my mama meant to you growing up. Keep going.
Okay, so when I came back the second time and I had that experience, then I said, you know what? I'm never gonna let that happen again, ever. And I will never be without a job, ever. So I when I left Bel Air, because people don't believe me when I say I have an attitude problem sometimes.
Oh, they don't?
But I had an encounter, so it was a back and forth thing, and so I had to tell that person that I was talking to, who happened to be my superior, that hey, before I was a nurse, I was a woman. You ain't gonna talk to me like that. So I ended up getting let go.
Say it one more time.
And let go. But God is a good God.
Yes, He is.
And things happen for a reason. I didn't like that job.
Really, Mama?
I was so scared because I never made enough money to take care of you two. And so when I would get my paycheck, I had to decide whether I was gonna buy some groceries or whether I was gonna try to hold on to this to pay the rent. And it kept going on and on. So finally, after I got let go, I got in the car. I sat there for about, I'll say about 5 or 10 minutes and cried my eyes out. And then I put that car in drive and I drove to this area where they said they had agencies. Well, I was looking for one particular agency and got off on the wrong floor.
Wait a minute, Mama. Hold that thought. Somebody's in the room wants to speak with you.
Okay. You know I can't see. Nefertiti.
Hey, Mama.
What's going on with you? Where you been?
Hey, I've been right here, love. How are you?
Oh,
So look,
sweetheart.
this is what I want you to tell the world what mommy meant to you growing up.
Man, Wanda, you meant everything to me. Like you are the woman that I know your love. Like I didn't, you know what? I didn't feel like I was less of your daughter than Mimi and Tina. That's how much you loved me. I don't know about everybody else, but I know about me. I know you say you love them. We gonna go with that.
Okay.
But, man, you know what? Let me tell you. This all I could think about is this. I remember you having your long black hair with your bang right across and your gazelle glasses with that dark skin and that deep, sultry voice. And from the time I met you, I wanted to be you. Like you were the most beautiful, dark skin, this voice.
And the reason she has her glasses on, not because she's trying to be cool, y'all, but she says the lights are making her eyes water.
They do make my eyes water. Okay.
Hold on. Here comes some. So we got somebody else coming in. This is what I decided to do for you, Mom. Okay, go over to the mute. Girl, can you come back to the chair, ma'am? Snooki done got up and walked off. The reason she has her glasses on, not because she's trying to be cool, but she said the lights are making her eyes water. They do make my eyes water. We ready for you?
Turn it.
Oh, she look cute.
Turn your phone down, ma'am. Hoodalicious. Okay, so Snooki.
Yes.
Tell the world.
Hey, boy. Okay, I'm sorry.
Tell the world what mommy meant to you in your transition to Houston.
Okay, first I gotta give a good sign. Okay.
Oh Lord have mercy.
So what had happened was, and everybody know the story, you know, I'm in recovery, and it was Cooper that took me to treatment center. And I'm gonna tell y'all this real funny, real quick. So, you know, I'm high as a kite, right? So Cooper take me to the to her job, right? And she was like, I was like, I ain't high, I ain't used in months. I ain't high, right? So of course they took the drug test and I was high as a kite, right? And so I fell in the floor screaming and hollering and kicking like I was 2 years old. And Cooper said, if you don't get your ASS off that floor right now, Margaret Lee is not here. And I'm supposed to take care of you. I was like, okay, I guess I get up now. So obviously that didn't work, right? But you know, I don't even need to tell her what she means to me, because it had not been for her, I would not be alive right now. And everybody know that. So she saved my life in more ways than one, and continue to do that on a daily basis because she is mama. You know, she stepped in when we lost mama at a very, very young age. And all my sisters did, of course, but Cooper has always been mama. Like my grandbaby call her granny. Like, like I'm the granny. You know, so we appreciate everything you do. And this next phase of life is going to be fabulous.
So look, let me ask you, Snooki, how are you going to be able to deal with mama not being here?
Okay, because she set a foundation for all of us. We should all be okay. She gave us all the tools that we need. It is our time to let her do what she wants to do.
Yeah, amen.
Everybody needs to freaking get over it. I'm sorry. Y'all need to get a life, because it's her turn to not pay nobody else's bills, to not worry about me, to not worry about my baby, to not worry about any of us. If she had not given us what she gave us, then we didn't do our job in listening to a predecessor.
Great, sister.
So, I mean, it's just the truth. So I'm ready for you to go on, girl, because I'll be visiting once a month anyhow. So
That's what I'm talking
Look,
about.
I was like, well, I guess I'll be going home more often.
I got my ticket for October. I don't know about y'all. So
We do
October, November, December. So
Wait, somebody else is in the waiting room. Hold on.
Dory.
Keep going, Snooki.
So I'm excited that you get an opportunity to, for once, to really do what you want to do.
Amen.
Now, when you
Thank
get
you.
there, start sewing for me. I'll be there to get my garments. But
You know, like I used to do for you and Corman when you all were younger.
Yeah,
and that would mean when we was that was Thursday night. She starts sewing for the club on Friday. Cooper could put 2 pieces of material together, and we would be at the club, baby.
Snooki, remember when we all sang at church? She did the whole choirs, and I'm gonna post the picture after we get off. She sold the whole choir's outfit.
Halloween costumes.
Yep.
All that stuff she threw together for us really quick, baby. She can throw 2 pieces of paper material together, make you look fine as wine, baby. Go to the party and ask her. So I'm grateful. I don't know about the rest of them, but I'm excited.
Don't you got sound yet? No. So Tracy.
Yes.
Sound.
Hey.
Can you just tell the world what my mom means to you and how you feel now that she's leaving?
Well, Miss Rhonda, I want to say that thanks for being my second mom. When we moved here, my sister and I, my mom was not here. So thank you. You will be missed here in Houston, but I do hope to see you in St. Louis.
All right.
Because I've never actually visited St. Louis, so that gives me a reason to really go up there to visit St. Louis. But really, you've sown in my life, your caring heart. You raised 2 great, awesome women with very caring hearts, and that's shows a sign of you. And I will miss you very deeply. And thanks for being who.
I'm on the phone.
What's wrong? Thanks for who you are, and continue being who you are, and with your caring and giving heart.
Oh,
Tracy, how much they pay you for that?
They did.
so, Mr. Johnson, we got sound now. Do you have sound, sir?
No.
He did a minute ago because he was telling the kids to be quiet.
Yeah.
No, that was me.
What's going on with his?
That was Kimmy.
Kimmy, I need you to come on in the room.
What?
Hit the video
Okay,
at
we
the
can't
bottom.
see you though.
Oh, you can't see me?
No.
Dorian needs to unclick his
Yeah, unmute yourself though.
Unmute Dorian. Unmute yourself.
Is that better?
All right, Do, you there now?
Oh, there he is.
Hola, ¿cómo está?
All right. So before we get to you, Kim, Dorian, please tell my mama what she means to you and what.
And don't lie, Dorian. Don't lie.
Oh man, it's too many stories I can go back on. I'm gonna throw some dirt out there.
Uh-oh.
I'm finna go.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, one time she told us, she was like, I gotta go somewhere and get away from y'all. So we just kind of looked at her like, okay. Then she came back and said, I got a hotel room for y'all. Like, okay. We didn't know you was in the hotel room before us.
Okay, for those of you who don't know, me and Dorian dated for several years. And when mommy brought us that key, we was like, okay. You know, my mom was always that mom, we could tell anything. You know, we didn't hold back. And she said sometimes she had to bite the insides of her jaws. And not only us telling her anything, our friends too. You know, when they couldn't talk to their moms or they couldn't talk to their family, they talked to her. So though, you give us another story because you got some good ones.
When she asked me to wash that car.
When did I do that?
That's a chore for anybody.
that yellow storm, I tried to wash that yellow storm. I was like,
not the yellow storm.
That was a test. That was a task. I
And it wasn't
tried.
in the storm, wasn't this big.
Let me tell y'all something. Y'all do not understand. Everybody used to be in my house. Everybody.
That's what I was just going to say.
It was just
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
school would be dismissed, and then instead of them going home, they just all came to my house.
Hmm.
To which I remember the time I asked Mimi and Tina, I said, "Don't y'all want to go somewhere and hang out?" They say, "No, why should we? We like being at home." Which, in all honesty, was a blessing because I never worried about where they were. I knew they were at home.
Yeah.
And then I would sit down and I would call the rest of the kids' parents, and you would be surprised. I would get down. I said, "What's your phone number?" Your child is at my house. And a lot of them would say, "Oh, that's nice. I'm glad to hear that." And some of them said, "Okay, whatever."
But Cooper, you got it from Mama because everybody congregated in front of our house when we were kids.
That's
You
true.
did it, and then I did it with Dante. Everybody piled in my car on Friday. So I got it from you. You got it from Mama because in front of our house was
The
where
only
everybody
difference
wanted.
was Mama used to serve cookies and milk,
Yeah.
and I had the fried chicken.
Yeah. So Kimmy, can you tell
Yes.
the girl how much my mom means to you and what she has meant to you since you've been in Houston? Well, you're not here anymore. So let's pray for
And
Lake
that broke my
Charles.
heart when you left.
Pray for Lake
Well,
Charles because
it broke mine too.
I looked up
But
and she was gone. But
I wasn't
didn't you have to leave because
selfishly,
you had? Okay.
huh?
I said you had family.
Selfish,
Yeah. So go ahead, baby.
selfishly, I want to say that I feel a little slighted because I didn't get a chance to have you as long as everybody else. But I do want to tell you, when we were looking for your last dwelling, and you and I had some time alone on the first floor of that condo, and we were talking, and I looked at you and I thought to myself, what a beautiful, strong, caring, giving woman you are. And you were giving me words of
Indeed.
encouragement, and you just never know who's watching you when you think you're watching them.
Mhm.
And that really stood out in my mind, and it always stuck with me that you were just so caring and so soft spoken. I know you could probably be a hellion like your daughters, but that's not what I saw. I saw the sweetness and the caring and the kindness. And I'm so sorry that I'm not there to give you a big hug before you leave, but I will be making a trip to St. Louis.
Thank you.
we
Road
got to
trip.
do it.
Road trip.
Yeah. I'm down with
Yes,
even if we
yes.
have retired from driving. We might can do that.
Yeah, we might be able to do a road trip.
Yeah.
Did
So-
that.
What you say, dog?
Did that.
Yes, we did.
Yeah. I
Yes,
heard.
we did. Yes, we did. But you know, it's gonna be there's gonna be a void. You know, mommy never really comes out her room. Me and T could tell you that, but to just wake up in the morning and you know your mom is here, or when you come home from work, your mom is here, or she didn't drink her cup of tea when she's supposed to be drinking water, and that same cup be in that same place. You know, we're gonna miss
That
that.
is so wrong of her to bring that up at this
We're gonna miss that. You know,
I do have some water right here.
only for the show.
Or she drinks your iced coffee and warms it up and puts the cream.
See, come on around. Come on, tell the people what mommy mean to you.
Don't tell what I do. Tell what I mean.
Absolutely not. Let me get a chair.
Come on, baby girl. This is my favorite girl in the whole wide world. Anybody touch her, we got to fight.
Well, don't you want to get?
No, this is as far as I want to
Oh, Lord.
go. So, Mimi always says that
Is that Tina B?
you can't hear me.
What's up, Tina?
Oh, what's up, dope? Hey, Mimi. So, Mimi always says that our mama's favorite.
Facts.
But what she doesn't understand is when I lived here with just she and that was pretty much all we had because my daddy had heroin. and he wasn't. So me and Mama would do special things every weekend. We would what was the name of that clothing store, Mama?
I don't know.
Candies or something.
No,
like
no. Contempo.
Contempo. So me and Mama, like clockwork, would go to Champs for breakfast, and we would go to Contempo afterwards to go shop. But when we would go for breakfast, Mama would say, "Tell me like about your dreams, what you want to be when you grow up, you know, all those things." So she's really encouraged me to chase my dreams. I'm gonna miss you.
That's not fair.
I'm sorry.
So let me tell you about the Champs experience.
Wow.
Because she was about
in.
10 or 11 when we would go there. And so, of course, we had, you know, we would sit down to show you how her behavior is. So the waitress would come up and say, "Well, what would you like to have, little girl?" And she said, "I would like to have some orange juice and
A large one.
But and this is what happened because she was her age. The waitress would bring her this little bitty glass of orange juice, and she, excuse me, you know how she is. She was the same way then. Excuse me, I don't want this little big glass of orange juice. You need to bring me a big glass of orange juice. And the lady would look at me and look at her, and I would say, "Honey, bring her what she asked
I mean,
for."
it was the same thing. It was clockwork. It was the same thing every time, right? But the one thing I do regret is, Mama, you never came to any of the shows that I had when I toured.
She did the one we were all in St. Louis together. I mean, when you came here.
Yeah, when you came here.
Yeah, there was, because we were all at that one. At that time, I think I was on my second husband. That was the Terry's. That was the Terry era.
Mama, she said that was the Terry era.
You definitely, all our friends aren't on here, but Mama's raised a bunch of us.
Yes.
Mama has poured in out of herself into other people's lives to encourage them. She never once would say, "Y'all are the most prettiest girls in the world," because I believe she thought that we knew that. But what she would do was she would encourage us to be hardworking and that we could accomplish anything. So we had an arrogance about, oh, well, if we're gonna do it, we're gonna do it. And I remember, you know, like telling my family, like, I'm gonna be a superstar because my mama said, they be like, "Girl, if you don't go to school and get a job." But my mama was always like, you can do it
and be anything.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
That
anything.
is definitely true.
Yeah, and that was with
JJ,
everybody.
I need you to click the video and make sure you're on the video, and then click your sound. We got JJ coming on.
Oh wow!
Come
Are you
on,
there,
boy. Come on, close us out,
There you
JJ.
go, buddy.
Oh,
Can we see your whole face?
Can we see?
Yeah.
There you go.
So J Bug.
Yeah, my bad. Yeah.
Can you tell the world what grandma means to you?
Don't lie.
And stop playing the video game.
Grandma means the best person in the world. Like, on top of everybody else. I'm sorry, I love all y'all, but grandma's up there because grandma helped me through everything. Grandma means strong because she beat breast cancer twice. Like, I be telling my friends about that. Like, I be bragging, no cap, because like she beat breast cancer twice. So that's my hero for one. So grandma is just the best person in the world. That's what grandma means to me.
And
I'm sorry, I'm in a championship. I can't
Get a championship.
I love you, honey.
Video game
what is it
championship.
gonna be like now that grandma's not gonna be here with us?
Gotta grow up. Okay.
I mean, yeah, that's for facts. I talked to her about that every day. Like before, like weeks before she was even finna leave, I went in her room and sat down with her and wrote down all the bills that I had, like, cause she helped me get my car and I'll be paying my car note. So I just wrote everything down. That way I could make sure I keep it in track. And then she had gave me the notebook. I got the notebook still. It's in the room, but I put it in my notes in my phone. So like right now, as far as that, grandma helped me on that one with the bills, cause now I don't even be stressing, like it's easy.
You be all right. You're gonna be okay.
Yeah, he's a grown man. He's growing up. He got a
Yeah.
family.
Yes. Well, what I will say is this. Mommy, you have taught me and Tina that we could do and be anything we want to do, anything we want to be. You know, from the time I dropped out of high school in the 10th grade, she didn't even know. She came home from work early one day because she worked private duty. And when she came home, I'm sitting on the couch and she like, what the hell are you doing home? I'm like, shit, I quit. And she didn't get mad. She was one of those people. She didn't get mad. She just said, come on, let's go. And she took me so I could officially check out of school. But then she gave me a plan. It was a plan that I didn't want. I thought I was gonna be, traveling the world singing and rapping, and I thought I was gonna be a superstar. And she was like, no, you're gonna quit doing hair in my kitchen. You're gonna get your GED and you're gonna go to cosmetology school. And I was angry. I don't want to do nobody damn hair. And if it wasn't for my mom, I wouldn't have been the hair care extraordinaire for over 30 years. I've been on NBC, I've done celebrities, I've made great friends, great relationships. Whether my mom knows it or not, she is one of the strongest people I've ever met and one of the most beautiful. When I look in the mirror, that's who I see. I see my mom. When I was 13 years old, I got hit by a car and she was the first face I saw when everybody at school thought I was dead. And she was like, baby, you're going to be okay. And I didn't have enough sense to know to sit my tail down. She come home from work the next day. I got pins in my leg, a cast up to my thigh, and I'm down the street. And she's like, what? How'd you get down here? I'm not thinking I could have fallen down the steps. My sister went from sneaking and singing in the clubs at 16 to traveling the world. Oh, I don't want to really put you out there like that. But
You did.
we love you. And I pray, and there was supposed to be a few other people on here. I guess, I don't know if they couldn't make it. I don't know if they forgot, but it's okay. Because the people who are supposed to be on here to tell you how much they loved you are here. And we will miss you, but we will continue to honor you. And my sister asked me, because when my dad passed, she found me laying in the bathroom floor crying.
On JJ's bathroom floor.
And she said, and I told my sister, I said, I just want you to know, because when I come home from work on Saturday, my mom will be gone. Me and my sister both. When we come home from work this Saturday, our mom will be gone. And I'm like, but
she ain't gone. She just leaving the state.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
She said, she's not gone to heaven. She's just moving out of town. So I may drink a little on Saturday, but I'm going to rejoice that my mom is finally living her best life. I want you to go to St. Louis and meet us a stepdaddy that we can beg from for money. And
now it's time to go now for real.
So we don't.
And
no.
Just
say no.
Snooki say no too. They don't, but we're the only ones that understand.
The reality of it is that Snooki is our big sister. We
Yes.
are little sisters. Mama's her mom. Dante's our nephew.
Yes.
This is the family dynamic. Doe is my brother. Those two over there are my sister. James is my brother. Because he thinks she's his mom.
No, she's the grandma. I'm his mom.
Oh God,
But
that's funny.
Mommy,
Yes,
we love
Lord.
you, and I wasn't gonna let a tear drop today.
It's a happy time.
I'm not gonna do that because I don't want you having no regrets. You have blessed so many people. If I can go, Matt said he was just so upset that he couldn't tune in today. I talked to Matt, I talked to Corey, I talked to Dennis.
And Corey probably didn't do it because Corey gonna cry.
Yeah, because Corey is a crier. Dorian was like, yeah, I'll do it. Tracy said, yeah, I'll do it. Kim said, I'll do it. You have touched so many lives. And I think the phone didn't work for Neffy because she just wasn't going to make it. Because you showed Neffy that Black was beautiful. Because when you grow up in a certain era as a brown-skinned girl or a dark-skinned girl, and you
like me and Mama, look at us, we dark-skinned.
and you think that part of black is not beautiful, but the truth of the matter is the blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice, and the more beautiful it is.
Yeah.
So, Mama, we love you. We honor you. Is there anything
yeah.
you want to say before we go?
Yeah, I gotta get to the store for a clothes piece.
I love you.
I love you.
I love you.
I want to let y'all know that
Love
this couture ensemble came from Lovely Wholesale. It was like $10 hot. Go get you one.
To advertise.
And and I am moving my platform officially the beginning of October from Facebook. So please promote, and I will be on YouTube every Sunday on YouTube Live. The YouTube link is I'm just saying MemeMichelle. Let's promote that. Let's get that out. Because it's just not working on Facebook. First of all, let me say I thank everybody that tunes in on Facebook every Sunday, because you could have been anywhere and you shared this moment with me. But we have to go to bigger platforms. So I'm working on YouTube first, and then Spotify and Apple. So next week, I'm supposed to be doing an interview with John Mitchell, but we'll see how that goes. But until then, remember to laugh, remember to love, remember to be the light, and always bear good fruit. We love you, Mommy. Is there anything you want to say?
Oh, yeah, I want to tell all my babies that I am going to St. Louis, but don't worry, I'm going to be sewing. I'm going to be doing all kinds of stuff. People will be saying, what are you doing upstairs?
Don't get backsliding.
She's going to take care of my granddad. My granddad is 89 years old, and you know, he needs her nursely attention. Not that he's ailing or anything. Well, yeah, no, but he needs her more than we do. And I always say a child never grows up, or a girl never grows up until she's without her mom. So we're about to be grown now. For real, for real.
And that's what happened to me when I moved here to Houston.
Kim, stop crying.
I became a woman.
But we're about to finally see what we're made of, that we just can't. We'll call you every day. We'll call you every day via FaceTime and get on your
I just want to say, Tracy, Kim, if I have to park my box in front of your Honda box.
But
so can I just get a room though, please?
Yeah. We just want to know want you to know that we love you. We adore you and we cherish you. Oh, bite that rib before we get off, so you can tell the people how good it was.
Hold up,
I don't know. Matt Burrows, he goes to the Church Without Walls. He grew up in A-Leaf with us. He started a rib with a knife and fork.
She is so bougie.
That's what she said about me yesterday.
Matebo's rib is Matebo's barbecue. 832-243-8002. Get you some. Remember to laugh. Remember to love. Hurry up and bite that thing, Mama. Remember to be like and always bear good fruit.
That's tasty.
That's our favorite saying. This is hashtag I'm just saying. Love you guys.
You've been watching hashtag.
I'm just saying.
Same.